everybody. Thank you, everybody. Came support. Thank you, everybody out there, all the fans. Hey, it's not time for yourself, bro. No, I'm not announcing. Thank you for the fans. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for Browns organization for giving me a chance. That's all I need. Yeah! It's a beautiful thing. Our belief in God, that's all we care about. We know these decisions, things happen. Yeah. Sometimes it's adversity. We got to change it though. We got to do different.
We got to do different. We can't control the uncontrollable.
You can't control that. So you just got to remain positive, stay happy at all times, and know God got you. I knew the whole time God had me, so I wasn't really panicking because I understood it's about perfect timing. So, in that case.
Okay, very quickly, everything you need to know about Shedeur Sanders going to the Cleveland Browns. He can win the starting job, so in theory, it is a dream delayed, not necessarily denied. I was drafted to Cleveland. I know that city and I know that franchise well. The Cleveland Browns depth chart at the quarterback position. Deshaun Watson coming off an Achilles, and the ownership group has publicly criticized him. Joe Flacco, I believe, 38, 39 years of age. He is not the future. You have Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, a first-round pick of 3 years ago that the Pittsburgh Steelers gave up on after 2 years. Then you have Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel, a rookie this year that Shedeur Sanders was better than in college. Shedeur can win that starting job. I believe he can win it halfway through the season. I don't suggest he'll start at the beginning of the season. The question, though, is this. Being in Cleveland, a team that is very hungry for success, will they have the patience for Shedeur Sanders to ever materialize? And Shedeur, now it's on you. It's time for you to materialize. It's time for you to go to work. You're a rookie. And worse than that, you're a rookie 5th-round pick. Now it's time to just grind and make sure you remind everybody it is a dream delayed. It's not a dream denied.
Hey, I don't have a problem with Shedeur Sanders going to Cleveland when Cleveland already drafted Dillon Gabriel and already has Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, and Kenny Pickett. You don't know. Tom Brady went in the 6th round. Tony Romo undrafted. Brock Purdy last pick. Kurt Warner undrafted. Joe Montana middle rounds. You don't know. Look how many quarterbacks in the NFL have gone to small schools, have come out of nowhere. The Browns' quarterback situation's a bit of a mess. There weren't great quarterback prospects in this draft. So you draft a couple of decent ones. I like Shedeur more than Dillon Gabriel. He's just bigger. I think he's more accurate. But I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I think the quarterback position entails so many things. Leadership, focus, accuracy, toughness. Some things that are very hard to define until you got them in camp. So, listen, I'll defend. Tom Brady was in his prime winning Super Bowls, and Belichick was drafting quarterbacks every other year. Were those wasted picks? You just don't know.
The Seattle Seahawks have traded the 144th pick to the Cleveland Browns. With the 144th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado.
Cleveland has been discussed as a potential destination for Shedeur Sanders really throughout this draft process. At one point maybe really early, at another point early in the 2nd round, and then here it comes in the 5th round finally. Shedeur Sanders, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, set a Colorado record with 37 touchdown passes. Helped revitalize that Colorado program along with Travis Hunter. And then this draft process has been most unusual. Started at Jackson State playing for Deion Sanders at the FCS level, then transferred up.
The thing about Colorado, he didn't have an offensive line in 2023, and then this past year, really both years, not much of a running game at all. Okay, guys like Marion Hampton and Ashton Jeanty had more rushing yards in a game and a half than their top rushers did all year. But you look at the accurate, precise passes. One thing to be accurate, another to be precise. Shedeur Sanders is. When he's getting pressured, he has that feel, and he will take a little off, and he will layer throws. A lot of college quarterbacks don't do that. He already gets that element of playing quarterback, which you will have to be in the NFL. The deep ball accuracy, he showed it at the Combine, he showed it at Colorado, he showed it at Jackson State. The ability to slip and slide. Yeah, he's not going to run a 4.6, but within the pocket, just give the kid a fighting chance. Colorado rarely did. When he had an opportunity, you saw this strike there to Will Shepherd. Again, there were games like Oregon where he had no shot. Here he avoided the initial pass rusher. He rolled right, he made a throw. This fact he's like, just out there just talking, he's not athletic, it's a bunch of BS. It's not true. This kid can avoid, he can move, and he can make throws against his body like this. Key play against Baylor in that football game, Lou. I don't get it. I know you don't, but here we are in the 5th round, Cleveland Browns, getting a guy who should have been, in my opinion, a first-round pick, a high first-round pick. And you look at the sliders, right? The guys that have slid. The NFL gets it. They know everything. No, they don't, because the guys that have slid have done really well. Geno got into the 2nd round. He's doing pretty well, right? Jimmy Clausen, Brady Quinn didn't, but then Aaron Rodgers, Chad Pennington went 18. Brett Favre, 2nd round. Boomer Esiason, 2nd round. Dan Marino, late 1st round, and now you have a situation with Shedeur dropping to the 5th round. Tom Brady, everybody said, okay, he was what, a 6th round pick. When Tom Brady was drafted, there was a quarterback that went 18th. That was Chad Pennington. The quarterback went in the 3rd round. That was Giovanni Carmazzi from Hockey. When Tom Brady got there, what did he tell Robert Kraft? They told him, hey, you're our 6th round pick. He said, yeah, you're the best decision your organization's ever made than me, right? So we're talking about, are you confident, cocky, are you arrogant, or are you charismatic? There's that fine line there. I think there's a lot of perspective isn't reality in regards to Shedeur and Deion. Deion's not going to interfere. Deion's not going to be calling the coach. Deion's not going to be commenting about Shedeur while he's at Colorado. Lou, I think there's a lot of just fake news out there surrounding the Sanders family and Shedeur and Deion.
Yeah, look, if you get out of your feelings, and I'm saying people who have feelings about Shedeur Sanders and just objectively evaluate him as a quarterback, it's hard not to like what he can do. A lot of mental horsepower. Talk to Pat Shermer out there in Boulder, his offensive coordinator, full field reads, the ability to really decipher pre-snap and then adjust post-snap, put the ball where it needs to be put. He's got that. This nonsense about the fact that he's not a good athlete, he's just an average athlete, this is just one play where he is able to buy time. He doesn't have a strong arm. That's nonsense too. He can put the ball wherever it needs to be put at the NFL level, all 3 levels, across the field, drive it into tight windows. He's got a lot going for him from a physical skills perspective and how he plays the quarterback position.